What are you, Sasha Fierce?
Black Panther.
No, you're not.
To stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. Wakanda forever! The revolution will not be televised. Let's have some fun. The revolution will be live.
Juancho,
This is Vibe.
and we just saw Black Panther.
Black Panther.
The Black Panther. You know why I'm putting the? It's such an amazing movie, and it's its own title.
Are you jumping?
The Black Panther.
You're jumping ahead there. So I guess you like the movie then.
I love the movie, bro.
I thought so.
If I was African, I'd be proud.
What? Thanks for tuning into Geek Bros. This is our non-spoiler and spoiler review. We're gonna combine this together. So we're gonna do a regular thing, the good, the bad, the ugly. Then we're gonna give you guys a warning. We're gonna give you a spoiler warning. Then we're gonna give you a time code to jump to. So it's a new.
Watch us.
Exactly. So it's a new. We're trying to little different here. So stay tuned with us, okay? Grumpy Cat Hat, no Grumpy Hat Man. I love this movie. It was brilliant. So now we're gonna start with non-spoilers first, and then we get the spoilers. But we'll warn you first. The good.
The whole movie was good.
I agree.
They haven't really had. There's no good. The whole movie.
But can you
Okay,
be specific?
Wakanda was good.
Yes, I totally agree that the futuristic Afro look to the design of Wakanda, especially the science place where that was beautiful.
Yes.
It looked fantastic. Look, what they showed at Civil War at the end does not give it justice to what you see here. Also, what you see in the trailer doesn't give it justice. It is a beautifully designed, very, very, very modern, but very culturally specific. Not New York, not even New York. That thing was just, it was a totally different landscape. What we have to warn you guys is that this movie is a totally different beast than what you're used to from Marvel movies. But not to say it's bad, it's good. It's refreshing.
Yeah. My favorite scene was the scene with her in the sand car.
Remote driving system activated.
Wait, which side of the road is it?
For boss sake, just drive.
Okay, calm down.
Where they're driving the car.
Okay, so there's technology there. Now in Wakanda, T'Challa's sister is the head of science division. She's smart as balls.
She's equivalent to what
She's
James Bond
Q
is.
Yeah.
Q is.
She's a cutie patootie 9.5.
Yes, she
Okay,
is.
there's this memory sand kind of thing where it returns to a hologram when you put it on something, and that's electronic. Very amazing technology.
Yeah, especially at the beginning of the movie where he picks up the car and he dusts it off and you see his target.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
man.
Like
he puts it back and then
it's like a hologram. Then they also have these like magnetic.
Planes.
They have these they have these like fly-looking planes. The maglevs?
No, not the maglevs. The
These
whole
maglevs are blue.
the shields that are made out of fabric and they just.
Oh, you mean like the Gungan shields? That's what I
Yes.
call the Gungan shields.
Oh.
But they're kind of cool though. I liked the female characters. I liked the head of the general.
Oh, she was amazing.
She was
But
off the chain.
she was off the chain in
She wasn't in
Infinity
Civil War. Huh?
In Civil War, she was.
She wasn't in Civil War.
Yes, she was.
Move, or you will be moved.
That's not her.
Yes, she was.
That's not
That's
her.
her.
It's not her.
Who is it then?
It's a totally different actress.
That's okay. Well, that character.
She wasn't there. That wasn't the same character. That was just a guard. It was not.
Well, that was the general.
It wasn't a general.
Okay, well,
I'm telling you, it was just a guard. But
She was pissed. She was pissy as the other one.
but she was amazing. Also, the love interest, I forget her name, who played by Lupita Nyong'o. beyond the fact that she's absolutely beautiful, she's fierce.
Oh man,
okay,
good.
his sister, fierce. She's all about.
His
She gets,
mom.
she gets right in there. She's
T'Challa's
regal.
mom.
She's regal.
But yeah, fierce.
Well, yeah, she is.
When,
She is.
When she was put on there, she went and faced. Okay, well, you know, faced who they needed to face.
Exactly.
But
Beautiful. So yes, the portrayal of the female characters, brilliant. They felt perfect. It wasn't any social justice nonsense thrown in your face. They were strong women because they were strong women.
mm-hmm.
That's it. The dream sequence, or the
Ancestral.
ancestral spirit sequence, it was like a mixture of the Lion King. A little bit of Shaka Zulu in it. And all Black Panther. It caught me. I'm gonna say this right now, and I have no shame about it. I did get misty-eyed. I did get a little tears in my eyes because the scene where he goes into Ancestry, okay, and what he sees there and the experience, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And I was just like, wow. And yeah, I got caught with a little bit of mist in my eye. And it was visually dynamic, and it was just it touched you right here. We spent 90% of the movie in Wakanda, and the only time we left Wakanda is when it served the narrative purpose. That's it. It was all Wakanda. The good, the portrayal of the African tribes and the story behind it. Beautiful. It felt authentic without being belligerent and without being culturally insensitive. It was fantastic. They did very well with all the tribes. They did very well with the customs. Listen, I didn't even mind when they were speaking in the African language. I was hoping they would speak more in it. I read some subtitles to be more authentic. But I would say a good 1/3 of the movie they're speaking in African, or a dialect of the African Wakandan. That you want to call it.
Like, I like the movie overall. I don't have any bad. If I keep thinking about what the bad was, I don't have one right now.
The bad, how they treated Claw's character. I thought that he had a bigger role, and I think that
the CI guy.
No, Claw. Ulysses S. Claw, the one who got his arm chopped off by Ultron.
Yes, him.
Did you just yawn on our show?
It's been a long day.
Dang.
I'm sorry. This character. Okay, that's sorry. Blah.
Oh wait, no, I want to talk for it. Wait, is this piggybacking on my thing?
Yeah.
All right, no, you can go.
I just didn't like this guy. I don't think his character served a purpose in the movie.
His character was supposed to be was a secondary villain.
Yeah.
But I expected him to be more of a primary villain. He was not.
I felt like he was a pawn in the movie.
Exactly, but he was, and the character that we were introduced to in Age of Ultron seemed like he was too smart for that. I didn't like Killmonger. I didn't. Stop yawning on our show. I thought his portrayal was weak. His character, his motivation was weak. It's sort of, you know. I get that they did a parallel between him and T'Challa. They both suffered a similar thing with their dads dying, but they went in opposite directions. So he was a foil. Yeah. He was a foil for T'Challa, which is great, but I still don't. You know, when he went, you know, it's the whole I want to take over the world. I want to. The world's changing. You know, you could have given me something else. I think Everett Ross didn't need to be there. I'm gonna say that's the bad. I think they were using I think they were using Everett Ross
just for whiteness.
No, as like the new Agent Coulson.
Yeah,
as like a connective thread. He didn't need to be there at all. They gave him a point, sort of. You know, oh, he's a fighter pilot, so he flies a fighter pilot. But
they gave him a point.
What I'm saying is, the movie would not have changed.
No, the movie wouldn't change.
Whatever time they gave to him, they could have either given it to add Bucky into it, or just fleshed out more of the other characters.
I want to see more of the other characters, but I understand why.
Why what?
We didn't see the other characters.
Okay.
Because this movie happened like a couple of weeks after the Civil War.
Yeah, continuity wise.
So then, you know, they were all dispersed and they were having their family issues, so
yeah,
they couldn't be.
Yeah, this is the aftermath of that. So okay, The Ugly. I don't know what you're talking about. The Ugly for me was final battle. You guys already. This is not a spoiler because you guys saw it in the trailer. It was basically Black Panther versus Black Panther. That's what it was. The same powers. It was uneventful. I thought they could have done something better with that. We saw that in Iron Man 1. We saw that in Iron Man 2. We saw that in we saw a little bit of that. We saw a little bit of that in Thor.
I'm a fanboy because I liked it.
Yeah, you are a fanboy.
I liked
we saw that in what is it called? In Doctor Strange. You know, we just, you know,
I liked it.
You know, when the final battle is just two people with the same powers fighting, there is no mystique to it. And basically the only reason why of course, you know, he won was a little bit of extra skill, just a little bit. The final battle really should have been something else.
True.
It didn't have to be the power versus power. That is a Marvel trope that I can't stand anymore.
The plot was beautiful. I have nothing against the plot. The plot was so well done.
But Juancho, the plot was standard. It was a standard revenge. I want to take over the world. I gotta stop this person. Plot. It wasn't remarkable at all. It was executed very well, but the plot was unremarkable.
But no, not really. I don't see that. I don't think.
How so? You didn't get a little Killian from Iron Man 3 in it?
No.
How not? You did something in the past. The past comes to haunt you, and then you have to.
He didn't. His family did.
The same thing though.
No.
How so?
I think like we mentioned earlier in the podcast that, you know, this Black Panther itself was a little bit more, I guess.
They took the same tropes of the origin stories and just dressed it up in African garb, which is not to say it's a bad movie. Love the movie, but I am trying to say though that the plot was unremarkable. We've seen this plot done to death. We've seen the revenge story done to death. We've seen the revenge story against somebody. We've seen the sins of the father story played over and over again. It was nothing special. It was just very well executed. You have to admit that.
Yeah, but I still enjoyed the plot. I enjoyed it. I had nothing.
Well, I didn't say I didn't enjoy the plot, but I'm saying is you could tell where this is going because we've seen this plot before. Let's talk to T'Challa.
T'Challa's character was different in this one. I think it's because mostly of his love interest. I think when you add a love interest to a character, it changes a lot of the character's persona because now you're going to see the character's feelings
and the vulnerability, right? If you're looking for the brooding, you know, darker version, that's not him. Immediately once it starts, once you see his interaction with his love interest, I forget her name, and especially when he first sees his sister, he's cracking jokes, he's being silly, you know, a little silly, not too silly. You're like, this is not the same dark character from Civil War. It took me out of it for a little bit, but it grew on me because when the time came, he got to business. You know, the silliness kind of left a little bit, the jokes kind of left a little bit. You know, I never freeze. He didn't say that again. There was none of that. When it was time for business, he got down. You saw the same character in Civil War.
Oh, his sister was amazing. That character was so well. It wasn't forced. It was just felt natural.
The trailers didn't do her justice.
No,
didn't at all.
Nothing.
She was funny. She acted like a kid.
Natural.
She felt natural. She was fun. And her interactions with T'Challa were gold. I wanted to see them on character together, on screen together. I absolutely loved it. I loved it even when she was not in the screen, because even though she was young, she seemed so wise.
Yes, she was smart.
You know, and she was schooling people. You know,
she was smart.
That's why. It was. I liked it a lot. She's the brains. She has the
I want
tech.
to see her fight. I have it like with Banner and Tony Stark. Just because I just want to see and Doctor Strange, all 4 of them.
Why? So she can school all of them.
All 4 of them.
Because you could see, you could tell she's gonna school. She's probably just gonna poke holes into all the things. Now he appeared in Civil War. He was the white guy in Civil War. He was kind of catty, but can we admit that he was way nicer in this movie?
Yeah,
he wasn't a dick.
No.
He wasn't not even from the beginning.
I guess because he had a life debt to them, I guess, in a certain
way.
But
even when they met up in the casino area, he still was kind of like
he was still a jerk.
No, he wasn't. He didn't say he said, listen, I like you, but please don't bother me, okay? Don't get in my way. And T'Challa was more of a jerk to him. He didn't sit there and say, you know what? The cat guy here is here. He's breaking the Sokovia Accords. Let's get him. He didn't call anything in. He was actually pretty polite about it. So he was actually way nicer than he was in Civil War. He was a dick in Civil War. You know what? I don't even know what his name was. But let's talk about Saw Gerrera.
Oh.
Lies. Deceptions.
The shaman.
The priestess. The priest shaman or whatever. Let's talk about it.
He finally did. He finally made up for Rogue One.
I agree. When I saw him, I said, oh my god, he's going to make those voices. Nope. He was respectable.
His voices.
It was very similar.
Felt right. It felt right.
It felt right. Because listen, when in the movie theater, as soon as he comes up, Juan goes lies, deceptions, and I said, Juancho, we're in a movie theater. We have to admit though, it was a good character.
I enjoyed it.
I was a little concerned when I saw Forrest Whitaker. I'm sorry, I didn't know what he was gonna do with this character
because he only has
did well.
couple minutes in the other one, so
right.
Yeah, good about 30 minutes. An hour?
I would say 30 minutes. He was just there enough, but he was like the master of ceremonies and stuff.
Yeah, he was there for a good hour,
and it was very good. It was very, very, very good. Killmonger.
I like Killmonger as a villain. It was a good villain.
Okay, explain, because I did not. I thought he was bland. He was blah. He was a foil. All he was a foil for T'Challa. So T'Challa looked even better. That's all it was. He had no real. His motivation was kind of weak. His
motivation was because he wanted all the black people to reap of the values of Wakanda.
Not necessarily. That's an afterthought. He wanted revenge first. And everything else came afterwards. He wanted to get back to Wakanda for revenge. You know, he wanted to avenge. He wanted to avenge. He wanted to be an Avenger. I think he was a weak villain. Though I do love the fact that there was a parallel story between them two, but they both diverge. So basically, if you follow Killmonger's story, that's what T'Challa could have been had he let vengeance consume him. Nyanga Lupita, I forget. Listen, I'm butchering her name, but she's beautiful.
Nyanga?
Let's talk about her. She's the love interest.
It was good. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was gonna be like, oh crap.
No, how so? Because once we saw her,
I didn't like the Thor's love interest story connection.
Because the Thor love story was kind of forced and it just happened. This one, they had a pre-existing relationship. They broke up, and you could tell she was different because the minute that he went to recruit her from the caravan, she beat some butt, man.
Yeah.
And she said, and she didn't say, "Oh my God, it's you." She said, "What are you doing here? You're ruining my plans." I knew already. She was going to be a strong character. She would either join him or she would hurt his character. But she was brilliant.
I enjoyed
the beautiful.
Yes, very much. I enjoyed her character a lot. The way that
I thought she was fun and smart.
I way that the character developed from being stubborn with him and then until later on, like being more open to him, it felt very natural. The whole character development between her and T'Challa wasn't forced. It felt natural. It felt like a natural relationship between two individuals.
Before we get to our final thoughts, okay, we're gonna get into spoilers now. We're gonna talk about our favorite scenes, the ending, the spoiler. What is it? The end credit scenes.
Yep.
So skip to this time to hear our final thoughts, okay? And you've been warned. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert! The battle scene where one of the tribe people end up turning against them because he likes to follow the bad guy, and the shields go up and it's a fabric. And
wow, you went all the way to the end battle.
Yeah, that was my
okay.
scene.
Yeah, so what he's referring to is that there's one of the tribe leaders, and he's actually supposed to be really close with T'Challa. So the story between them is that Claw killed his family, and he was hoping that when T'Challa became king, he would go and he'd kill Ulysses as Claw. In the trailer, you see he gets blown out of a facility, gets broken out. So when Black Panther returns, it says, "Listen, I didn't get him." He turns on him, and then that's when, of course, Killmonger actually uses that as his excuse to get into the good graces with those guys because he kills Claw, which again. Now here's my problem with that. He kills Claw because he wanted to get into Wakanda. How did he get there?
The map.
What map?
He had the map.
Oh, okay. That must be what it is because he's like, "Take me to Wakanda." Then he shoots him.
Yeah, because he had the map on the phone.
Could you not and say you did?
Pause. Give me a second.
No.
Recording.
You don't need to record. What are you doing?
Back. As you were saying.
Editing is a pain in the ass with you. The opening scene where he has to be crowned king, and they ask all the tribes who's gonna challenge, and then the Gorilla Nation, I don't know what they're called, but they're if the Panthers are the Wakanda's tribe, theirs is the gorilla, and they came out and they wanted
the
to fight.
Harambes.
Okay, well yeah, the Harambes. You call them the Harambes if you want.
Harambes.
And it was brilliant. The battle scene was pretty cool. He almost lost, but in the end he won. And instead of killing him, he said, "Don't let me kill you. Your people need you."
Yeah.
And so he tapped out, and that of course came back full circle in the end. So when he lost to Killmonger, because he spared his life, He saved his life.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was cute, but I don't like the first scene.
You like the first scene?
The first battle scene.
I thought it was good. I thought the ritualist, fighting and challenging.
I thought the guy with the freckles was gonna fight him, so I was like so disappointed.
That's not freckles. Those are like battle scars or like whatever. And why would he? They were friends at the time, you know.
You didn't know that?
Huh?
I felt some type of anger at the beginning of the.
You know what I kind of liked? The freaking CGI rhinos. I thought I loved those. Like, oh my god! I like the CGI rhinos. They're really cool. And then it comes into play because believe it or not, that same guy that we're talking about that betrays T'Challa is married, or not married, or is in love with his general. So when the time came, his rhino stopped and licked her in the face. He's kind of just like, really, bro. But you don't think
do you even lick, bro?
But in the final scene, you don't think that when he's like, "Are you gonna battle me for?"
He realized that he's fighting for the wrong cause.
No, he realized that she loves Wakanda more than she loves him, and he kneels. Killmonger is the cousin of T'Challa. Basically, the flashback starts with T'Chaka, which is T'Challa's father, when they were younger, sends his brother to the U.S. as a spy to just look upon the world and see what's going on. So the brother gets corrupted by the world by the U.S. or whatever, because he's watching as the black people of the U.S. around 1992, they're suffering and stuff. So he actually helps Ulysses S. Claw get into Wakanda and steal vibranium in hopes to make weapons to disseminate amongst the black people in the U.S. to rise up against the oppression. And what happens is that his right-hand man was also a spy sent by his brother, by T'Chaka, and when outs him. And basically, they have a confrontation, the two brothers, and he ends up having to kill him because he was going to shoot the other spy he sent.
Yeah.
He kills him, and he decides to leave him dead in the apartment, not knowing, and leaving his son there. And so his son grows up, comes back, and in another scene, you see him cradling his father the exact same way T'Challa was cradling his father in Civil War. It was a great parallel. That's where you could tell that's where they were going with that. Except Killmonger joins the army, gets whatever, and he did all this training for one purpose: to get back to Wakanda, to fight and kill T'Challa, to get the throne, and then to disseminate all the weapons to all the black people in the world to rise up and take over and make Wakanda be the master race for the entire world. And that concept, of course, corrupts T'Challa's friend, and that's why he joins him and why they betray him.
Yep.
So, what do you feel about that?
The whole thing, that whole agenda that they were there, it felt good. It didn't feel too forced.
The plight of the black people, or the black race, or the black culture was a subtone for the story, but it was fantastic, saying that we all should, unite and help each other and stop hiding in the shadows when people of our race are being oppressed. And I think maybe if they didn't make Killmonger such an aggressor, you'd have sympathized with him more. They made him too much of a... His cause was just. His cause was admirable. But he was such a...
Yeah.
If he was more of a sympathetic villain, I would have been more on board. I think that's where they lost it. They shouldn't have kept him so... They should have made him... They should have... Yes, Sasha Fierce. Okay?
So, T'Challa, his sister... No, T'Challa, his general, his love interest, all walking to the United Nations to address the nation, saying we're going to open the borders to Wakanda. And
you
then,
said Wakanda?
And then they're talking, they're saying, we are going to open, there's no barriers, there's no walls, blah, 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 we're going to be one nation,
we're going to share our resources.
A French representative from France said, what does a whole bunch of foreigners have to offer the nation? And then the CIA guy started laughing in the background, like smiling, and so does T'Challa and everybody else, because they don't know what's happening. They don't know what's to come.
Exactly.
They don't know about the vibranium. They don't know what type of technology they're going to offer these people.
Right. And so this is going to change the landscape of the MCU, because Wakanda is the most, I repeat, the most advanced nation on the planet, it looks like, And so sharing this with the world. What is this gonna do for the next phase? We cut to T'Challa's
sister.
Yes. And at a beautiful location, though. It was kind of romantic.
Yeah,
I'm like,
what's going on
there? What's
Bucky?
happening there, man? All right, now a little bit of jungle fever stuff. So she's there, and he comes out still armless. He thanks her, so we have to assume that maybe she cured him, and he said,
"Let me show you the way."
Yes, yeah. He was called the little kids were calling him White Wolf. Now, is that something in the comic books?
Yes, I think so.
Is he called the White Wolf in the comic books? I think so. You don't even know.
I'll look into it.
I think that was an Easter egg, but I didn't get it because
he's not comic.
Because Vibe hates comics. Let me stop. And so she says, "I have a lot more to teach you," and then he goes off. So I'm curious to see what that means.
Yep.
Maybe he's not gonna be a Winter Soldier anymore. He's gonna be something else.
The White Wolf.
That should be very, very interesting. Unfortunately, there was no Cap. There was no.
There was no other characters other than Black Panther and that guy from the CIA.
Final thoughts, Juancho.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5, absolutely. It was an amazing movie. That's why I'm wearing the dashiki. You gotta like it.
The last movie that I actually enjoyed as much, which was Spider-Man. So Black Panther, you're on that list.
Listen, we wear matching shirts usually. This time we couldn't find any. It was really hard.
They actually sold out that same. The lady was telling me when I went to buy them because we should buy them the same day.
Yeah, we usually do.
They sold out.
So that's the reason why we're not wearing it during the same shirts. No. So, but we'll get back to that next time. It was an amazing movie. Again, different beasts, guys, but I absolutely recommend it. It's just so beautiful.
It was really beautifully done.
Both shot and acted, and I have nothing really bad to say about it besides the little nitpicking. And other than that, I'm so refreshed by this movie.
Yeah, no more Grumpy Cat.
Yeah. So hopefully,
next movie, Ready Player One.
We can't wait. Thanks for tuning in to Geek Bros. I'm Vibe.
This is Juancho.
And don't forget, we also are now on Stardust. If you want to see our initial reaction, go on the Stardust app. Look for us on. We've got 2 reactions as we're leaving the theater, and start and follow us there. And send us your own. We can put it up there. And don't forget, comment below. Tell us what you felt about Black Panther. Did you see it? Did you like it? Did you agree with me? Did you agree with Juancho? Do you hate both of us? Let us know in the comments below. So we appreciate your time, and don't forget,
this is Juancho.
We already did that.
And geeking out never looked so good.
Absolutely.
Geek Bros.
I was surprised.
Why?
Because I remember saying...
You thought it was going to be New York?
I remember saying that they were going to Thor 1 this...
No.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be very little Wakanda and a lot of the real world. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's so much.
Okay.
No. T'Challa's mother was very nice, very elegant.
You know what she reminded me of? She reminded me of
She reminded me of Oprah.
Of who?
Oprah.
No, definitely not.
Because we saw Wrinkle in Time, so I kept thinking of her.
None of that. No, you're so stupid. Wrinkle in Time was a good trailer. Thor's mother, what was her name?
Martha?
Fantastic. Why did you say that name? You know what, my son? It is your time. Okay? Okay, do you know the way? So, Juancho, give me your favorite scene.
My favorite scene? Again? I just told you my favorite scene. We're gonna ask
me for
it. Yes.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. How is this going to impact Infinity War?
Well, there's a battle scene in Infinity War.
In Wakanda, exactly. So, another spot, no Infinity Stone was shown here, so we're still missing one Infinity Stone. That's something I'm kind of curious about because it's in the next movie, Infinity War. So, where's this Infinity Stone?
I think we'll see it again.